Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jessica Ekin and I'm a part-time reseller on the Poshmark app, and I make videos on YouTube in regards to Poshmark and how to increase your sales. And today's video is going to be 2 things that really help your closet and 2 things that do not help at all. Stop doing those. It does not help you increase your sales. So the number one thing, and I have a whole entire video about this, the number one most important thing to do on Poshmark to help increase your sales is to share your own closet. I'm not going to go into depth about that because I have a very in-depth video on my channel. Just go back one video and I talk all about sharing your closet, how to do it, and why it's important. So that would be the number one most important thing to help increase your sales on Poshmark. The second most important thing, and I can go into a little bit more depth with this, is listing new items. Now, I've heard a couple of rumors that relisting an item is not really that important, and Poshmark actually said at their 2018 Posh Fest that it's not really that great to relist the same item. I have heard a lot of people say that they do that because they see that it's not selling and they have all these people that are liking the item but nothing's really selling. So they try and relist it, and hopefully that grabs the attention. Now, the reason why this is the second most important thing on Poshmark in my opinion is because when you post a new listing, it goes to the very top of the search, which same with when you share your own closet. So if I wanted to list a Kate Spade handbag, I just got this new Kate Spade bag and I want to list it. As soon as I list it, it goes to the very top of the search. So any consumer that at that time is looking for a Kate Spade handbag, they're going to see your listing that you just posted seconds ago. They're going to see it first thing. You always, and this is just like a side tip, you always want to look at when you're posting new items, new listings, you want to make sure that you look at the other listings that are similar to yours so that you can, price within the same price range. You can help describe the item maybe a little bit better if you see how other people are listing it, if they're getting a lot of attraction on it. Another really great tip of when you're listing is to go to the sold items. So I'll use the example for the Kate Spade handbag. So if you type in Kate Spade handbag under listings, and one of the drop down options is to see what's available or what's sold, or you can see both at the same time. If you go to what's sold, you can actually see what people paid for the item, which I think is great. And anytime I list an item, I always want to pay attention to what's sold and how much it's sold for, because that gives you an idea of what the consumer is looking to spend. Obviously, not every single person is the same, and everyone has different buying habits, buying behavior. Everyone wants things at different prices. Some are trying to get a really, really low deal, and others are reasonable. But that kind of just helps you get an idea of what people are purchasing that item for. So that would be number 2, is to list as much as possible. And my little side tips are really to look at what's already been sold, what people are currently listing your same item as. It could be different, as in like the color's different or the style's a little bit different, but generally a Kate Spade handbag, there is an overarching price in that for that particular for handbags. All of them are different. All of them have different colors, different styles. Some are newer, some are older, but throughout Poshmark you can see what's sold, how much the pricing was, currently what the pricing is. You can also see how many people are liking that item at this current time. So if you're about to post a Kate Spade handbag and you see another Kate Spade handbag that hasn't been sold yet, but it has a lot of attraction, there's 40, 50, 60 customers that have liked that item, you know that item is very popular and people want it. So maybe price yours around the same price. Check out their description. Maybe it's a description that you could use for your own handbag as well. Not saying that you need to copy other people, but it's kind of nice to get the idea in your head, and then maybe that'll trigger something and you can tweak your own words to help you describe your items. So that was kind of a lot of rambling, but I just want to recap. So the two most important things on Poshmark, in my opinion, is one, sharing your closet as much as possible, because all of your personal shares will get to the top of the listing when the customer is searching for those particular items that maybe you just shared. And check out my video on that, on me further discussing that. And two would be listing as much as possible. Any new items that you have, list those. Anything that maybe is just sitting around your house and you're like, oh, this shirt I haven't worn in 5 years, I could list this and make a couple bucks off of it. List that as well. That's how you make sales on Poshmark, is basically those two things are, I would say, the top number two. Now, from the flip side, so I wanted to give you the good stuff first. The stuff that you really don't need to pay attention to at all, it's not really helping you make a lot of sales, is one, sharing other people's closets. And I don't mean to say that to sound selfish in any type of way. I mean, by all means, Poshmark is a great community, and share as much as you want, and maybe you just want to share other people's closets, go for it. I'm not saying don't do it, but if you're spending hours and a lot of your time focused on sharing other people's listings in their closet, just stop doing it. It's not benefiting you. I promise it's really not benefiting you. And I'm trying to say this in like the nicest way, but it's not going to help you increase your sales at all by sharing someone else's closet. I'm totally not trying to sound mean, and totally go for it if you want to share other people's closets, but I'm just saying it's really not going to help you increase your sales. And I'll just leave it at that. That would be the number one thing that I didn't realize when I first started Poshmark. I was like, oh my gosh, if I share their closet, they're going to share my closet, and then I'm going to make all these sales. That's not how it works. People sharing your closet, yes, it's great. It goes to thousands of people, but people are really just searching on Poshmark for particular items. They're not just scrolling through their feed and buying stuff, most likely. So don't spend a lot of time sharing other people's closets. Share your own closet as much as possible. So that's the number one thing, and I didn't realize that until later throughout. I've been on Poshmark for 1 year now, so I did realize that later, about 6 months into the app. I'm like, this is not helping me make sales. This is totally a waste of my time. So that would be the first thing not to do. And then the second thing on Poshmark, and it's really not going to help you increase your sales, is commenting on everyone's posts. It's actually really spammy, and a lot of people actually do not like it at all. But for some reason, there's a lot of people on Poshmark, and people have done it to my Poshmark as well, that just say like, hey, they comment on my, like, a shirt or just a random listing that I have in my closet, and will comment and say like, hey, feel free to check out my closet, have a great day. It's really nice that people are, you know, have a great day. Like, that's really sweet. But if I'm trying to sell, I'm putting a lot of time, this is how I think about it, I'm putting a lot of time into taking photos, posting, like putting in a description, putting in the brand, the size, all this stuff, and I'm taking a lot of time to post something on there so that customers have the opportunity to look at that item, and then people are commenting down below like, hey, check out my closet. That to me is very spammy, and it's kind of rude. I just really don't suggest anyone on Poshmark commenting on other people's listings, because essentially it's like advertising your own closet on someone else's listing. To me, that's rude. I would never do that, and I just think it's a complete waste of time. You're not going to make sales from it. Just don't. I just highly suggest not doing that. It's really nice that people are reaching out And if you want to say hi to someone, comment. I've had people comment on like the photo of myself where it's like, meet your posher. I think that's really sweet, and I think that's really nice. And some people that watch my YouTube videos actually went over there and said hi to me on there, which I absolutely loved. Please feel free to do that. I would love that. But to comment on someone else's listing, you know, someone just takes so much time to put into each photo and description and list. Don't comment below and say like, check out my closet. It's just rude, and it's advertising your own closet. Something else that a lot of people do, I've seen when I'm like searching to buy my own items on Poshmark, is if someone's like, oh, do you have this in an 8.5, and they say no, someone else that has the items like, hey, come check out my closet. And I see what you're saying, like you're trying to help out and make a sale, but you could go on that person's closet and comment. I just feel like you shouldn't go on a seller's closet and post like comments on their listings. Go to the person that's trying to buy it and say, hey, I saw your comment on so-and-so's listing, but I actually just want to let you know that I have the pair of shoes you're looking for. And I just feel like that's more reasonable and just not rude. But I just wanted to say that in like the nicest way possible, because I'm not trying to bash anything on Poshmark, but I'm just saying it's very spammy and unprofessional in my opinion. But so those are the two great things to do. The number 2 things on Poshmark: share your own closet and list items as much as possible. Those 2 things will increase your sales. Those 2 things. The other 2 things that will not help you increase your sales is sharing other people's closets, wasting your time on other people's closets, and 2, commenting on other people's listings, sellers' listings, saying like, check out my closet, you know, I have that size, come over to my closet. So those are the 2 bad things, but there's also 2 really, really great things that help you increase your sales. I truly think those 2 things are the only 2 things that you really need to make as much sales as possible. List as many items as you can, and share your own closet as many times as you can throughout each day. Well, that was everything that I have for you guys. I hope it was short and sweet, because I know my last video was really, really long, but I hope that made sense. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up if you did. Please hit that red subscribe button down below if you'd like to see more videos about Poshmark. Check out my Poshmark closet. I will have it in the description box below, and I will see you all next time. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.